Good morning.
Morning.
Today it's like 1 degree and we are in Arrowtown. We are quietly hoping to go up Coronet Peak, but at the moment we can't drive up, and we learnt last night that they don't have enough people to drive the ski buses up, so they're only taking limited people who have pre-booked tickets for it. So unfortunately we've missed out on that, so we're gonna have to drive up. But at the moment it says that we need chains and we don't have chains, so we've come to Arrowtown. We're gonna have a bit of a wander around, keep an eye on what the weather predictions say for Coronet Peak, and then see what happens from there. Gloves on, beanies on today because it's definitely cooler.
Snow in the air.
And there's a few snowflakes falling. Let's check out the historic town of Arrowtown. We are exploring the Arrowtown Chinese settlement from the gold mining age. So this was the general store. Can you see? Just having a run around. We're gonna follow the path around and check out some of the other buildings too. While we were walking through this very wintry landscape, I had the spark of inspiration and wrote a poem about it, I guess. So while you're enjoying this view of Eden walking along the river, this is the poem that I wrote. Steps on the frost-kissed path with cracking panes of iced glass, through bare-backed trees and fallen leaves, along the winding waterway, with blue hints of melted snow below the white-capped peaks and low-slung silver clouds through winter's domain. We have returned to Queenstown. We thought that we might be able to get on the bus that takes out to Coronet Peak, but no. It's not very clear and it's not very easy to find information or like call people to ask, so yeah, not this time, obviously not meant to be. So we're in central Queenstown. We're gonna go find something to eat and then see what the day brings. We have some ideas, but I'm gonna leave you in suspense. We're sitting on the waterfront of Lake Wakatipu. We just went to a place called Saigon Kingdom, I think, for lunch, which is Vietnamese if you couldn't guess, and it was very nice. We're just gonna chill, go for a walk around the Queenstown Gardens, but yeah, we're just gonna hang out. Welcome to Lake Wakatipu, which, if you haven't guessed already, is the lake that Queenstown sits on, and it is, I believe, the third largest lake in New Zealand, but it is, however, the longest lake in New Zealand. I can't remember how long it is. So this is Lake Wakatipu, and I believe that it gets to a depth of 400 meters.
That's pretty deep.
Yeah, it's pretty deep, and it's it's consistently deep the whole way down as well because of the like mountains and whatnot. So yeah, and it has its own tide, so it rises and falls by about 20 centimeters throughout the daytime, and it's not anything to do with like the ocean or anything like that. It has its own tide. I think it's there's only a few places of fresh water in the world that has their own tide. So facts about Lake Wakatipu. Hooray! Good morning everybody and welcome to Gore.
We're almost still half asleep.
We left Queenstown this morning. It took a little bit longer to get out of Queenstown than expected. We're not really sure why, but there was some traffic. And we've headed south and come into Gore. There is the trout that I believe Gore is famous for, the world capital of brown trout fishing. Woo! We are actually on our way to Dunedin, but we thought we'd have a bit of a wander around here before we carried on the road, have some lunch, see what we can find in Gore. We've made it to Dunedin.
Woo!
And we have an Alec!
Hello! I'm back!
That was pretty much exactly what I expected to happen. Yep, okay. We are probably gonna go for a wander and then eventually get dinner because it's 3 o'clock.
Freezing cold!
It's 11 degrees.
It is Dunedin though, it is cold.
Today is mostly a travel day, but that's fine. We'll go do some exploring and then see what happens. And tomorrow we'll go on more adventures.
It's the first time I've actually met Eden.
Vice versa.
Never met him before. No.
Let the chaos ensue.
Oh, that's gotta be good.
It's funny because it's true.